Alright, hi guys, so this is going to be a tag video, as you can tell from the description down below. I'm going to get my computer out because I put the questions on here and it'll just be easier if I just like look at them on here. And I'll put the questions down in the description below, as well as links to the channels for the girls that have done this before. Now this tag, as you can tell from the title of this video, is the Goth Snob tag. And this, let's see, I took it from, I watched the Haunted Bats video, and actually I said I'll link their channels down below, but I'll also put a link up here, wherever it goes. And then she said that she saw that Heavy Metal Mumma came up with it, and I do like her channel. I'm really bad about watching goth YouTubers. I do watch them when their videos pop up, but I think the majority of like YouTubers I watch aren't. Anyways, so I do like her videos. I like both of their videos, but anyways, yeah, so go check out their channels, and like I said, I'll link the Haunted Bat up here, wherever it goes. And then I'll put both of their channel links in the description in case you want to go check out their videos. Anyway, so let's get started. Let me get some water. I'm sure you can tell I'm having a rough week, but you'll hear all about that in the vlog on Friday. Question 1. I guess I should give a little background. So if you go watch either of their videos, I'm sure they talk about it. For sure the Haunted Bat does. The drama going on with the Killstar, I guess this is kind of why she started this tag. Heavy Metal Mumma started this tag. But yeah, so that's what the questions are kind of related to. So question 1 is, what are your views on goth brands and their affordability? So I kind of typed out my response, and I'm going to kind of try and read it, but also paraphrase. So to me, most goth brands are more expensive than like normie clothes brands, and not necessarily all of them, because obviously there are like designer brands that are kind of expensive, similar to or more expensive than goth brands. And I think the reason that goth brands tend to be like more expensive is because of the availability. To elaborate on that, there are fewer goth people than there are like normie people. I'm just gonna say normie. I don't know, that's what I tend to say. I can't really say preppy anymore because preppy is a specific thing like goth, I guess. But yeah, so normie people. But yeah, so I think that's why, because when you have like a smaller demographic, then like things kind of have to be more expensive because you can only make a certain amount of them, and then yeah, so basically that's why, from a business standpoint, why it's more expensive. On the other hand, it has become more cheap to buy things because there are more companies doing it, there are more companies in each country doing it, and then with different shipping companies, it has also gotten cheaper because they have to compete with each other, so then there's more companies that you can ship through. So it has gotten cheaper than it used to be, and then there are also knockoffs, and that makes it cheaper too, which that's knockoff, so it's not really actually the brand, but I find that to be a good thing that there are knockoffs for people like me. Like I can't afford to buy real creepers, but I ordered a pair of knockoff creepers, and they're not quite as good, obviously, because they are knockoffs. They're made in China, but it works for me because I can't afford the real thing right now. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Oh, I was just gonna state that I also like Lolita fashion. That's not my main fashion, but I do dress Lolita, Japanese Lolita fashion sometimes, and it is the same way, if not more so. Brand name Lolita fashion is pretty expensive, and to buy brand dresses, you have to have money, and so I don't normally buy brand dresses. I've talked about this in my wardrobe video. I'll link that up here that you can see. But yeah, so I have one Lolita brand dress, and that was actually gifted to me by my friend. So otherwise, I make my clothes, and then I do have like a lower end brand dress or skirt that I bought from one of the girls in our comm group. Sorry, this video is gonna be so long because she really wants to talk to you guys. But yeah, so check that out Friday. Anyways, But yeah, I think that's all I was gonna say, is just that I can't afford brands because it is kind of expensive, but it is possible to dress goth and not buy goth brands because, I mean, it's just, I mean, obviously you don't have to buy goth brand, just like you don't have to buy Lolita brand to dress Lolita. You just, you know, you DIY stuff, or you find knockoffs or alternatives. Lolita, it's really looked down upon to buy knockoffs if it's a print that they're like literally copying the print. And then the quality tends to be not so good, but it is possible if you really are into the fashion to just buy a knockoff or make your own. That's the long answer. Okay, sorry. Number 2 is buying goth brands selling out. And no, I don't think that it is. If you're goth in your personality and like who you are, then you're gonna be goth no matter what. If you buy goth brand, if you don't buy goth brand, it doesn't matter, you're goth. It's not selling out. To me, selling out is like a fiction, like it's not even really a thing. I think people that say selling out or I don't know, stuff like that, I think they're just jealous, and that's the reason that they've like made that up as a thing, because even bands, like I don't like, what's the point? You're just like jealous that they're making money, and that's why you're like, oh, they're selling out. Like, isn't that everybody's dream in life, is to be paid for what you love doing? So I really don't think that that's selling out.
More juice.
Finish the water first, please.
Don't have any juice.
Finish the water first. Anyways, I guess that's a good part to cut, and then I'll do question 3 after juice time here. Okay. Number 3, does DIYing it make you more goth? And I wouldn't necessarily say yes, or more per se, but DIY is a huge part of punk. It always has been. I know this for a fact. Like, I've never been punk. I wasn't born in the time when like punk was first like becoming a culture. So like I can't say from experience, but I did have a professor in college who was in the punk scene in Canada, and he taught a music. I actually don't know what the course would be called, but it's about music and how it functions in society and how you can interpret society from music. And so a lot of what we did focus on was punk because he had a personal interaction with that. Anyway, so yeah, DIY and thrifting is like a huge part of punk, and since goth came from punk, it's a post-punk subculture. So I wouldn't say it makes you more goth, but it is a huge part of the culture, so I would say at least give it a try. Maybe it's not your thing, but you really should try it because it is kind of like part of the culture. Question 4. What music should you listen to be goth? Now this, I would say you don't have to listen to anything specific to be goth. You could just, I don't know. I think actually the next question I'll go into this more, so just forget that. Anyways, you should have a proclivity for goth music if you're goth. You should at least know about goth music. So you should know that it spawned from punk, and I think that you should also have at least listened to Susie and the Banshees and The Cure and like Joy Division and all that kind of stuff, and all of the like various different rock music that spawned from punk and I don't know, like death rock and pretty much metal of any kind, industrial music, because those things did spawn from punk too. But yeah, so I think you should at least know about them, have listened to them at least once, just kind of know about them. But if you have a proclivity for listening to that type of music, then definitely, I mean, whatever. I personally, I listen to pop music. One of my favorite singers to listen to right now is Billie Eilish, and I'm pretty sure that's how you say her name. In German it would be pronounced Eilish. But yeah, so, you don't have to only listen to goth music to be goth. It's kind of bullshit. Everybody should be able to, listen to what they want, do what you want, be interested in what you want, because, like I'll talk about in the next question, the subculture is about being yourself and not caring. But yeah, so I guess I'll just move into question 5. Question 5, what is the minimum requirement to be considered goth? And personally, minimally, you should have an understanding of how goth came about, like a history of goth and like punk, and how goth spawned from punk. And then I think you should, like I said in the last question, know a little bit about the music at least and have tried to listen to it. If you don't like it, that's fine. It's not for everybody, but I think you should at least try. And then, but obviously, like, the main thing that makes us all goth is our, like, inclination to, like, find beauty in dark things and, like, enjoy the macabre and, just, like, old things and spooky things and, things that not everybody would like. And I think a lot of us have had this inclination, like, since we were young. Like, I always loved vampire movies, and I always loved witches and the occult, and I always loved, I don't know, I don't know, I've always loved that. And although I didn't always like dressing in black, the first time I saw another goth person, like, I saw them and I was like, that is the most beautiful person I've ever seen. Like, I want to be like that. And that was probably when I was in, like, middle school, or no, before middle school, maybe like late elementary school. Yeah, 5th grade or before. Anyways, so yeah, but yeah, there's just like an inclination in you, and I think that that's what you should have as a minimum to be goth. If you like the fashion, you just want to dress goth, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But obviously I think you, in order to want to dress that way, you must have some inkling of an inclination to be into spooky stuff. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know why you would want to dress that way if you didn't have some inclination for it. But yeah, so that's my minimum thing personally. That makes you goth, is this inclination for the dark and macabre and spooky elements and just romanticism of the dark and like Gothic literature and architecture, like those things. I'm having a hard time articulating it, but I think you guys know what I mean, that are goth anyways. If you're not goth and you want me to go into this in more detail, I can try and make another video about it, so just let me know in the comment section below if you'd be interested in that. Question 6. Should you maintain the goth aesthetic at all times to be considered a true goth? And no, because like I said in the last question, minimally, to be goth, you just have to be inclined to liking those things. You do not have to dress goth to be goth. As a matter of fact, I would say that my mom is goth. She does not dress goth at all, not even a little bit. She used to dress kind of like hair metal-y and punk back in the day, but not anymore, not at all. But yeah, so I definitely think it's possible to be goth and not dress goth all the time. And then in my notes here, I actually said that my house is not goth. I dress in black and dark colors a lot of the times, but a lot of the times I wear LuLaRoe, which is definitely not a goth company, and I dress lazily a lot of the times because I'm a mom. Some of you mom YouTubers, I just like am totally envious of you. I don't know how you have time to get dressed up all the time and put makeup on, so you guys are like powerhouses. I just love it. But me, I'm too lazy to have time to take care of her, get dishes done, do this, work, and yeah, so no, I don't think you have to dress goth all the time to be goth, and I don't think you have to have goth stuff surround you all the time. It's not always possible. So yeah. I mean, I would love to deck this place out and have it be totally gothified. But yeah, it's not possible. So that, and you can have a proclivity for liking other things besides those things that make you goth. So I love cute stuff and Lolita fashion, like I said. But yeah. Question 7. Are the big name YouTubers selling out or cashing in when they receive hauls from companies? And now, like I said before, selling out to me is like fiction. I don't think that's a real thing, but cashing in is the other part of this, and yes, they are cashing in. Is there anything wrong with that? No, of course not. Like I said before, it's everybody's dream to make money doing what you love, talking about what you love, sharing it with others, and I think like that is what they're doing. They're getting paid or getting free merchandise to tell you guys about it and tell you about the things they love. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They worked really hard to get their channels to be as big as they are, and that is why they get free product. And so yeah, they worked hard for what they get, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And yeah. What else was I going to say about this? Oh, YouTube is hard. If any of you guys are YouTubers, or if you're not and you want to give it a try, it is hard. It takes a lot of time and effort. Getting prepared if you're lazy like me. So you have to take time to get ready for doing a video, or just not care that people are seeing you not looking your best and go ahead and film the video. Filming takes time. You have to stop for interruptions if you have children. And then editing is, it takes a lot of time. But yeah, so, it is a job. They definitely earn everything they receive. And although sometimes I get jealous of it, I just have to remind myself, it is a hard job. They worked hard for it. You can too. Just keep working at it and don't be jealous, because, they earned it. You can too. Question 8. The big name YouTubers live their lives in public. Should they expect privacy in their private lives? And yes, public posting is just a small portion of your day. A lot of other stuff is not posting, and if you're not posting it and you're not sharing your address and inviting people over, then, that's your private area and your space and your time. And I don't think that you owe anyone anything just because you are a public persona. When you're not doing public stuff, I definitely think that's your private time and people don't need to be messing with you. Question 9. What's your view on goths wearing different symbols that are aligned with different religions? And I think I'm just going to straight up read this one. My opinion on this is you should definitely wear symbols that relate to your specific religious beliefs, because you're adorning yourself with the power that they give and what comes from those symbols. But on the other hand, if you are not religious and you wish to wear them, by all means do so, but you should probably know what they mean so that you can explain to people what they are. And by this I mean, this is going off on a tangent now, but like the Baphomet or, other symbols like that. The pentagram, people often associate that with Satanism, but it's not. So you should know what it means if you're going to wear it so that you can explain that to people, because we do not need people wearing symbols for our religions spreading falsities about them. So that would be my stipulation, if you're going to wear religious symbols, you need to understand what they are so that you're not spreading bad vibes about them and telling false information about them. But yeah, otherwise, by all means, wear it. Yeah. Number 10, how do you feel about the negativity, bullying, and elitism in the community? And to this I will say, a lot of the times I really don't think there is elitism. I think a lot of that comes from people who are jealous, spreading this falsity that there is elitism. Those people obviously get shunned quite frequently when things like this come up. I feel like a lot of people rallied around the YouTubers who were being picked on specifically. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're gonna have to, just find somebody else's video talking about it and you can find your way back to the little guy's video. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I have a different opinion today than when I first wrote this, because I put that there's going to be some form of elitism in every culture, and the thing we all have to do is continue to work against this, which I think that the Gothic community is doing pretty well, because Goth is for the nonconformist, so you shouldn't have to conform to anyone's thoughts of what you should or should not be, or what you should or should not be doing. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my answers. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you'd like me to do videos on these topics some more, let me know. I could do a whole video on the history of Goth. If anybody would be interested in that, just let me know. I'll try and be as all-inclusive as I can. That's kind of a broad subject. But yeah, so I can talk about a lot of stuff. I can give some book references. But yeah, so that's it for this tag. Yeah, if anybody would like to do this, please do it. Raven, if you're watching this video, I don't know why I couldn't remember your channel name, but please do this tag, because I would really like to know your thoughts on all of this. But yeah. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please check out my other videos, and then consider subscribing to my channel. Also, liking and commenting my videos, if you like them, will help me a lot, and I really appreciate any support you would give. I also have links in the description for all my other social media and stuff, so yeah, if you want to check that out. So, Friday, vlog will be up, and we'll see you guys then. Bye!